Okay, get yourself ready for your morning practice. Sit yourself onto the lift and then come into a good cross-legged position. Have levelness, conscious levelness at the seat bones. And feel that you are sitting evenly. Hold onto your knees and elevate the heart area up to the ceiling. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. So that first lift I always find always quite surprising, because you can really lift out of your physical fatigue. You just lift the heart area upwards, draw the shoulders down, and you stretch yourself out of tiredness, out of that morning grogginess. Look down at the floor, look at something that isn't moving. Soften your jaw and your tongue and your throat. Focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and long, slow, deep, deliberate exhalations. Just filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. Filling both lungs evenly and emptying your lungs from the top to the bottom. So filling the lungs in the same way that you might fill a jug with water, filling it from the bottom to the top and emptying the jug from the top to the bottom. Release your knees, bring your hands into Namaste, press the palms together and consciously lengthen from the armpits into the elbows. The elbows into the heels of the hands into the fingertips. And with the next exhalation, wherever that comes, allow the eyes to gently close with the exhalation. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just continuing to follow the movement of the breath, observing how the chest naturally rises upwards and outwards with the in-breath, relaxes with the out-breath. And with an exhalation, draw your chin forwards and down to meet your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your chin. Spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something or someone or somewhere. Hold on to that feeling of abundance in the heart area. And then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees. Palms facing upwards. Bring the tip of the index finger together with the tip of the thumb. Just a gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence and peacefulness, all of which we can carry into our practice as an intention. Raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Hold on to your knees. Elevate the heart area upwards. Take a deep inhalation in through the nose. And then turn to the right side, drawing your abdomen across. Just observing how your body responds to the turn. Listen to the breath. Focusing on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths and using your out breath to turn a little more deeply. And then come back to the center. Hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest. Drawing the shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation in through the nose. And then turn to the left. And then come back to the center. Hold onto your knees. Elevate the heart area upwards, drawing your shoulders down. Just take a few deep inhalations and exhalations. And we're going to just begin our practice with a bit of Brahmari pranayama just to warm up the chest and the head and clear out the sinuses. So Brahmari, if you recall, is just a normal inhalation and a hummed exhalation until you run out of breath. So it's the running out of breath that is the important part here. So you hum a low note that resonates in the chest, and you feel that resonation in the chest and in the throat and in the sinuses, and just enjoy that resonation. So you hear, so it's just a normal inhalation and a long, slow, deep exhalation until the lungs are empty. I'll show you just one round. And when the lungs are empty, the sound stops. So that's what we're doing. So it's just normal inhalations and then slightly extended exhalations. So just take normal breaths. Normal inhalations, normal exhalations. If you feel any tension around the chest, then just go back to normal breathing. Just normal inhalations, normal exhalations. Take a normal exhalation and then a normal inhalation, and then we'll do 5. So your inhalations and exhalations might be a different duration to mine. That's fine, just do whatever is normal for you. Don't push it too hard, don't force it. So again, a normal exhalation, a normal inhalation, and then we'll begin. And then bring the breath back to a normal rhythm, normal inhalations, normal exhalations. And then hold onto your knees, lift up into the chest. And then one more time, turn to the right. Just observe perhaps how it feels different this time to how it did before. Just drawing your attention into the physical sensations of the inner body. Come back to the center, hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, and then turn to the left. Digging the back hand into the floor. Turning the chest. And then come back to the center. Come off your left and then sit back on your heels. Your big toes together. Get your thumbs right into the back of the knee to draw the calf flesh away from the back of the knees. And then sit down on your heels. Just observe that sensation of bringing the shins into the ground. And then consciously push the shins into the floor. Push the shins into the floor and then activate the thighs. Activate the thighs and elevate up into the heart area. So that gas comes from the shins. Push the shin bone into the shin skin so that you feel the thighs firm up and activate. Elevate the heart area upwards and then maintain the connection between the seat bones and the heels as you come forward. Keep the head lifted as you come forward. So you come forwards with as straight a back as you possibly can. And then finally, bring the forehead down. If you lose contact between the seat bones and the heels as you bring the head down, then put a block underneath your head. And if you lose contact between the seat bones and the heels, even then put a folded blanket between the seat bones and the heels so that you've got somewhere to connect to. You can feel the heels on the backs of the thighs, just at the top of the leg. So see if you can press down, make that connection. Lengthen from the hips into the armpits, into the elbows. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. And then just rest your arms at the sides of the body. Let your forehead press into the floor. If it becomes too heavy on your head, then extend from the shoulders into the fingertips. And then stretch your arms out ahead of you again. Just back into Adho Mukha Virasana, the active version. Lift your head, keep your hands where they are, keep your right hand where it is, and then thread the left arm underneath the right the left arm underneath the right armpit. Bring the shoulder down if you can, bring your head down if you can, and then really consciously push that left arm really firmly into the floor. Push the right arm really firmly into the floor as well, and then rotate the chest towards the floor. Try and keep the shoulder down, keep really activating that left arm, prizing open the shoulder blades. And then release the left arm, come back into Adho Mukha Virasana. And then lift the head. Keep the left arm where it is, slide the right arm underneath the left armpit. Bring that right shoulder down, bring the head down, and then try and sit back down on the heels as much as you can. Press that right arm really firmly into the floor, like you want to push it through the floor. And then roll the chest down to face the floor. Breathing even deep inhalations and exhalations. And then just bring your arms out in front again and then stretch your arms away. Come back into Adho Mukha Virasana, just observing how that feels each time you return back to the pose. And then again, bring your arms to the sides of the legs, just resting in the traditional child's pose. It brings pressure to the forehead, which helps to quieten the brain, but if it feels too heavy on the neck, then again, lengthen consciously from the shoulders into the fingertips. Sit back on your heels for a moment and just observe the energy that you have released through your limbering poses so far. Just observing the energy in the chest and in the shoulders. And then if you're doing dog down, come onto all fours. If you're not doing dog down, go into dandasana. Spread the fingers if you're doing dog down, Have your hands as wide apart as the mat, have your feet as wide apart as the mat, and then come up into Adho Mukha Svanasana. If you're doing Dandasana, you can put a belt around your feet, push the feet into the belt, pull the belt towards you to help elevate the heart area upwards. In Dog Down, push the backs of the knees through to the, push the fronts of the knees through to the backs of the knees. Lift the fronts of the thighs all the way up towards the tops of the legs, and then turn the fronts of your thighs inwards. Lift from the abdomen to the diaphragm, to the collarbone, to the chin. Hit the fronts of the legs through to the backs of the legs. Breathe even, deep inhalations and exhalations. Allowing the breath to expand the abdomen. So draw your breath into the abdomen. Be conscious of that natural propensity to bulge the abdomen with the in-breath, and to draw the abdomen towards the spine with the out-breath. The samanic breath, it brings our attention into our energy. Breathe abdominally. And then step your feet forwards, come up into a standing position. And then get a couple of blocks for your hands for half uttanasana. And then bring your feet as wide apart as your mat. So I want you to feel that the heels are on the outside edge of the mat. So I want you to feel that rather than look. I want you to see that the heels are on the outside edge of the mat through the feeling of the heels. So feel that the heel is on the outside edge of the mat, even if it kind of just bulges over the edge of the mat a little bit. Feel that the little toe is on the outside edge of the mat. And then turn the big toes in a little more, and then really spread your toes. Tighten your kneecaps. Have your hands on your hips and wing the elbows towards each other. Elevate the heart area up to the ceiling, and then hinge at the hips, keeping the head elevating up towards the ceiling. Hinging at the hips, and then reach down. Find the blocks underneath your shoulders, and then reactivate the legs like you're doing Dog Down. Tighten the kneecaps. Lift the fronts of the thighs up to the top of the leg. Turn the fronts of the thighs inwards. Lift the seat bones away from the backs of the thighs. Lift the tailbone up to the ceiling. Draw the belly button towards the spine, and lift the abdomen to the diaphragm, to the collarbone, to the chin. If you've got a bad back, it's probably better to stay at that higher lift, but you'll just read your back for yourself. If you can go down lower, then do. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, observing balance of action within the legs. If you can reach down to the floor, then do. If you want to go into full uttanasana from here, keeping the back straight, then you can bring the thumbs into the crease of the elbows. Be cautious of this if you've got a bad back. Thumbs into the crease of the elbow. Wrap your fingers around your elbows and then hang down. But keep the legs working in exactly the same way as you were working them in half uttanasana. Lifting the thighs, turning the fronts of the thighs in. Tightening the kneecaps. Lifting from the ankle into the shin, from the shin into the kneecap, from the kneecap up into the thigh, up into the hip socket. So whichever version you are doing, just keep the legs firmly activated, because that gives you access into the spine. Okay, release your hands down to the floor. Bring the fingertips onto the floor, or use the blocks, or bring your hands onto the shins if you don't have blocks. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just feel where your weight is in your feet. Is it hit forwards into the toes, or can you hit the legs back so that your weight goes into your heels? So spend some time within the pose, observing it, feeling where your weight is. And then bring your hands into your hips, bend your knees on the way up if you need to, and then come up into a standing position. The inner edge of the feet together, spread the toes, activate those same legs as you have done in dog down and in uttanasana, tadasana legs. Tighten the kneecaps, lift the fronts of the thighs up to the top of the leg and turn the fronts of the thighs outwards, so that you feel the backs of the thighs broaden outwards, and then you can tuck the tailbone in but without disturbing the legs. Lift up into the chest. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Focus in on long, slow, deep, deliberate breaths. Just grab yourself a belt, and you're going to put the belt over your right shoulder. So we can do gomukhsasana, the head of your cow. So have the belt over your right shoulder, and then come back into tadasana. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Stretch your left arm forwards. Stretch the left arm forwards and spread the fingers, spread the palms. Turn the arm all the way out. But as you turn the arm, it's not just the wrist, turn the upper arm in the socket. And then keep rotating that upper arm in the socket. That's the real key. Don't worry if you drop your chest at this moment. We'll correct that in a moment. Keep turning the arm in the upper socket, and then assist the arm up towards your neck with the other hand. And then raise up your right arm. Raise the right arm to the ceiling. And then bend the elbow. Keep the elbow high as you reach down, and you see if you can take hold. If you can't take hold, then get hold of the belt. So see if you can take hold. So I feel a bit stiff this morning, but I'm just about there. Pull the bottom elbow to the floor, the top elbow to the ceiling. And take deep inhalations and deep exhalations. Pulling the elbows apart, bottom elbow to the floor, the top elbow to the ceiling. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, feeling how the triceps and the biceps get stretched. Keep creeping the hands ever closer together. Some people can get hold of the opposite wrist. So if you can do that, then keep pulling the elbows apart. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Very gently release that top arm, and then drop the chest. Release the bottom arm, and then spread the fingers, spread the palms. Turn the palms all the way out. Just feel that distinct openness in the upper shoulder of the left arm. Put the belt over to the other shoulder. So the belt over the left shoulder. And then come back into Tadasana. Tadasana from the feet upwards. Reach forwards with the right arm, spread the fingers on both hands. Extend into both arms evenly. Turn that right palm, rotating the upper arm in the socket right from the beginning. And then maintain that rotation in the upper arm, and then then bend the elbow, and then bring the arm as close to the hand as close to the neck as you can. Raise up with the left arm. The previous pose will still be in there somewhere, so it feels nice to really stretch out of it. Bend your elbow, and this side, as I suspected, miles away today. So just take a hard, I'm just going to use the belt, but maybe in a few moments I'll be able to get the hands together. But just do whatever your body is telling you to. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. If you can creep your hands a little closer together. Just gently working with sensitivity, not with brute force. Never with brute force. Soften the jaw and the tongue and the throat. Keep pulling the elbows apart. So after a little while, I can bring the hands a bit closer together. Perhaps you can do that as well. Okay, release the top arm. Just drop the chest a little to release the other arm. It will feel like it's stuck, but don't worry, it's not. And then release the arms. You can drop the belt. And then lift up into the chest. Elevate the heart area upwards and turn the palms and the upper arms all the way out to the sides of the room. Feeling that you can really broaden the collarbone by rotating the upper arm in the socket. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Bring your arms out nice and wide. Stretch from the heart area into the hands. Bend your elbows and then step or jump your feet nice and wide. Turn your left toes in, your right leg and foot all the way out. Again, face in the front, tighten the kneecaps, and then come over, find the shin, look up towards the ceiling. Turn the abdomen up to face the ceiling. Just look down at that bottom, at that right foot. Just make sure your head is in line with the foot. Your head is directly over the foot. If it's not, then turn the front of the thigh, that right leg, from the big toe side to the little toe side more. Squeeze the front leg, that right buttock bone forwards, and lift the chest. Turn the chest up to face the ceiling and look up. If you can't look up, then look forwards or down. Just observe what your body wants you to do. Stretch up with the top arm, come back to the centre, swap the feet around, turn the right toes in, the left leg and foot all the way out, and then reach over, find the shin, Turn the front of the thigh from the inside out. Squeeze the front leg buttock bone forwards. Draw the chest up to face the ceiling. Just have a quick glance down, make sure that your head is directly over the foot. Make those same corrections if they're not. Just look up. Reach up towards that top hand rather than collapsing down to the bottom hand. Reach out from the heart area into both arms. Okay, come back to the center. Bring the feet parallel and then step or jump your feet back together. And then come back into Tadasana. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Bring the feet hip width apart. Turn your toes in. If you've got a bad back, then rather than coming into full uttanasana, come into half uttanasana. Just bringing your hands onto like a tabletop or the back of a chair. Otherwise, have the feet hip width apart. Turn your toes in. Raise your arms up. Hook the thumbs into the crease of the elbows and then come forwards. But as you come forwards, keep the back straight. Keep the head lifted. Keep the arms lifted in line with the spine. And then hang down into uttanasana. So if this feels too strong for your back, then go to half uttanasana using the top of a table or the back of a chair. Just let the top of the body hang down, keep the legs firmly activated. Keep the thighs lifting towards the hip. Muscles of the thighs lifting the bone up towards the hip socket. So feel that the muscle that surrounds the femur, the thigh bone, lifts the thigh bone up into the hip socket. Just giving you loads of space to extend forwards a little more. Okay, bring your hands to the floor. Just come into half uttanasana for a moment. If you're not doing dog down, do Adho Mukha Virasana, coming down onto your knees, stretching forwards. Otherwise, walk your hands towards the front edge of the mat. Have your hands shoulder width apart this time. Step back a little, bring your feet hip width apart. And then come down into dog down or Adho Mukha Virasana. In dog down, lift that thigh bone up into the hip socket. So the muscle surrounding the bone, lift the bone up into the hip socket. And then come down onto your knees. If you're in Adho Mukha Virasana, then stay there if you can. Everyone else just come down into Adho Mukha Virasana. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, push yourself up into a seated position, just sitting back on your heels. And just spend a moment to observe the energy that you have released through your practice so far. That deep lightness of energy that radiates from the bones and into the muscles, into the organs, to the flesh and the skin. Okay, sit yourself in crossed legs, just come into swastikasana or half padmasana if that's possible for you. Just do whatever is comfortable. Hold onto your knees, just make sure that your seat bones feel level. Lift up into the heart area, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the right side. Draw the abdomen across. Draw the ribs and the shoulders across. Keep the neck soft. Observe how the turn feels different. So we've done 3 of these in this session. So observe how it feels different each time, how the energy feels different. Use your out breath to turn a little more deeply. And then gently come back to the center. Take a deep inhalation and then turn to the left. And then gently come back to the center. Come back down onto your seat bones and then roll onto your back and just pull your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a very gentle massage on the spine. And then hold the edges of the mat like you want to tear it apart, and then push the mat away from your shoulders. Push the mat away from the head. Pull the knees into the chest and then straighten your legs, extend your legs up towards the ceiling. So Andrew, don't stay like this for too long, just very briefly. We're going to stay on you very briefly anyway, but especially for you, Andrew, just a very brief viparita karanhi. Breathing in through the nose, keeping the sacrum spine down. Bend your knees. Just pull the feet into Supta Baddha Konasana for a moment. Just come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Use blocks underneath your thighs if you need support in the hips. But just use the pose just to feel that you can align the spine. Press the heels consciously together to make compactness in the hips. Just feel the warmth, the inner warmth that you have produced through your practice this morning. And then draw your knees together. Just again, pull your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then roll onto your side, sit yourself up. Grab a folded blanket that you can rest your head on. Just make sure that it's evenly folded. And then align yourself down the center of your mat. And then just allow yourself to release into the floor. Just let the physical body completely let go. Unhook the muscles of the arms and the legs. Let the physical body become heavy. But perhaps out of that heaviness you observe an irrepressible sensation of energetic lightness radiating from the bones. Radiating from the bones and into the muscles. And into the organs. To the flesh and the skin. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness evenly through the body, down to the tips of the toes, down to the tips of the fingers, and all the way up into the top of the head. Basking in that feeling of energetic lightness that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the inversions bring to the body and to the mind. And then when you're ready to disturb yourself, wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. And then bring your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then very gently just roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into a seated position. Into cross legs with your hands in the masti. Just a final spinal lift. Drawing your breath back down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this morning. A good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the twists and the inversions and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to seek, to acknowledge the positive energy you've created inside. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. Release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Just bring the tip of the index finger together with the tips of the thumbs. A gesture of wisdom and physical intelligence and peacefulness that we can carry into our day as an intention. Tend to approach the day with peacefulness, then your energy will be good. Raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel like you're full of really good energy, like you've really stretched yourself out and just giving yourself loads of good energy to put into your day. So thank you very much for joining me.